What's up, beautiful people? This is your favorite cousin Rich, back once again. And it is a beautiful Saturday morning, March 8th, 2025. And the time is currently 6:22 a.m. Yes, yes. I hope y'all having a lovely time whenever you are listening to this, as much as I am having recording this. Now, today, I was going through the podcast from yesterday, and I was trying to pick up some things, and one thing that stuck out to me was fear. Yes, fear. And how fear affects your manifestations. We talk about how to manifest and, what you need to do for proper alignment and all that. But one big thing that holds people back as well is fear. Yes, Fear, fear. Now, let's crack this egg open. Speaking of eggs, ain't eggs expensive? Damn. You need a loan to go buy some eggs now. Eggs, $15. Jesus. Jesus. I'm gonna start trapping eggs in a minute, keep playing. But anyway, let me start with the jokes. It's real life though. But anyway, let's go. Now, fear. It's a natural emotion. It's really designed to protect us from danger. That's the actual, cortisol rising that comes from fear. It's to protect us. But often, the fear that we have is to keep us safeguarded. It keeps us in cycles of things like doubt, hesitation, and inaction. And all these things keep you trapped, like I said, and withhold your manifestations. One way how fear holds us back is having paralysis of progression or paralysis analysis. Fear convinces us that failure is worse than even trying. How many times has fear held you back from jumping off the porch to do something that you really want to do? Scared of being in front of a camera, fear of success, fear of people making fun of you, fear of failing, any type of fear, any kind of insecurity that you have, all these fears, not having enough money, not having enough knowledge, not being cute enough, not being strong enough, not being tall enough, not being fast enough. So because we have these fears, we stay in our comfort zones. Because you have a fear of talking to people. You have a fear of going outside. You have a fear of taking people out on dates. You have a fear of certain things. Guess what? You'll never be in a relationship. You have a fear of saving money. You have a fear of getting more hours. You have a fear of getting a job to get you some more money. You will stay broke or unabundant. You got to pay attention to the negative self-talk. Like I said, I'm not good enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not whatever. These limiting beliefs that you always tell yourself, this is nothing but fear. And when you continuously say these things, guess what? It's shaping your reality more and more and more and more. So guess what? You continuously tell yourself you're not good enough. Guess what? You won't be good enough. You in a relationship and you fearful that it's so good. You ain't never been in a relationship that's good, so you fear it. And what's the one thing that you always tell yourself? It's too good to be true. So that negative self-talk that you continuously tell yourself, oh, it's too good to be true. Can't nobody be this good. Something got to be wrong. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve you. All this negative self-talk that you tell yourself, all this negative self-talk that you think about, guess what? It will come into fruition. It will shape your reality. All this negative self-talk, I'm not good at money management. All this negative self-talk, I don't have no skills. Nobody wants to hire me. I'm not smart enough. Guess what? That will be your reality. All this is nothing but fear. It's nothing but fear. You got to overcome that fear. It ain't nothing but fear. And guess what that fear is doing? Self-sabotage. Because deep down inside, you want to, deep down inside, you want to approach these things. Deep down inside, you want to go after these things. But instead of you doing it, you self-sabotage yourself because you're scared, because you're fearful. Beware. Self-sabotage is real. See, it's really fear when you don't know it. And then when you know it, it's continuous. When you continuously do it, it's self-sabotage. A big one. Fear of judgment. This might be the biggest one. Scared of people judging you. Right now you have a story. Right now you have something that you've accomplished in life, been through in life. Somebody could benefit off your story. But you're scared to pick up a camera. You're scared to pick up a microphone. You got a beautiful voice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voice. You can rap. You got all the lyrics. You got all the bars. You get Kendrick a run for his money. But you're scared of being judged. You're scared of your people talking about you, your mama talking about you, your partner talking about you. Right now, you in the hood. And you trying to blend in with everybody else, but deep down inside, you want to go to school, you want to go to college. You want to be a square. Yet, you're scared of being judged. Let me tell you something. The people who really care for you, the people who really love you, they don't mind. And the people who give a fuck, they don't matter. Because people who really, really love you want the best for you. And they're not going to judge you. They're going to help you. So if you're in the process of losing people, guess what? That's what's going to happen. But you got to remember, they were never with you in the beginning. So that's how you tackle fear of judgment. For the people who's judging you, you got to remember this. The people who's judging you, they don't matter. The people who's talking about you and not giving you no constructive criticism, anything of that sort, they don't matter. It don't matter what they say. And the people who standing behind you, helping you, they love you. Don't forget that. So when you want to go after something in life, like picking up a mic, picking up a camera, going after your dream, whatever the case may be, and you got that fear of judgment, remember that. Remember that. Hold on to that. It could be scary. I'm not saying it's not going to be scary. It could be scary, but the thing about it is, you wanting to have that desired goal accomplished has to outweigh that fear. That's how you beat the fear. What you want to acquire has to be so great that it outweighs that fear. You got somebody that you really like, but you're scared to talk to them. You wanting to have that relationship with them or that connection with them or that whatever the case may be with them has to further outweigh your fear. If not, you will stay stagnant. And the reason why you'll be stagnant is because you keep telling yourself reasons why you're scared. Reason why you're scared to jump. It's all nothing but what? Self-sabotage. Now, how does fear block our manifestations? We're going to dive deep into this. It's an energy mismatch. You know, we big on energy. We big on frequencies, vibrations, and all that. It's an energy mismatch. How do manifestations work? By aligning our energy with our desires, right? So if my desire, is on a super high frequency, if that Bentley is on a super high frequency, hold on, you can't make this up. I'm walking and I pass by a trash can that says Bentley written on it as I say Bentley at the exact moment. You can't make this up. Oh my granny, you can't make this up. I told you about signs and synchronicities yesterday. You cannot make this up. This is live. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. When the universe talks to you and you synced up, you can't make this up. I hope somebody listening to this. You can't make this up at all. Anyways, that Bentley is on a high vibration. Fear is on a low vibration. Guess what? That's an energy mismatch. That's just like putting a 1 on a 5 when you're playing basketball. It's a mismatch. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So you wondering why you want something, but then you fearful of it. Guess what? That's why. It's an energy mismatch right there. It can't come in. You can't be fearful and want something. That's why I said what you want has to outweigh that fear. So now you let go of that fear. You have to let that go. Come to find out, I'm walking on Bentley Ave and I didn't even know it. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I told you when you get them coincidences, well, remember yesterday when I said coincidences is the biggest one. Because when you see it, it's like the divine working right with you right there. Divine's hand is right with you on it, right there. I said that yesterday. That's why I'm just at an all right now. That's why I'm at an all right now, because I didn't even know the street I was on or nothing. I was just walking. And when I said Bentley, I just so happened to look up and I saw a trash can that said Bentley written on it. And I walked down the street and I come to find out I'm on Bentley Ave. Didn't even know it. You can't make this up. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and hit X on this video. If you still rock with me, I appreciate you. I love you. Now let's continue. It's an energy mismatch. Again, what you want, you have to align your energy with it. Fear is low energy. Fear is low vibe. So with that Ferrari, that nice house, that beautiful relationship, that's all high vibe. You can't be fearful of it. The next one, it disrupts clarity. You ever seen a beautiful pond and it just has the beautiful ripples on it? Guess what fear is? Fear is that rock. Fear is the little kid that throw the rock in the beautiful pond. And now it disrupts all the ripples. So the beautiful ripples, the beautiful frequency that was going on, guess what? The beautiful vibe that was going on in the pond, guess what? It's disrupted by the rock that was thrown upon it. That's how fear does. You could be high vibe, you could be high vibration. You have all your thoughts going beautifully. Everything's working. And guess what? You got that fear. And it disrupts everything. It's like the fuzzy signals on the TV. When the cable get messed up, it's the same. That's what fear does. That's why you cannot let fear in. Now you got to remember, fear is a human emotion. So fear will pop up. That's why you have to always be what? Mindful. So when that fear pops up, guess what you do? You cancel it out. You got to cancel it out. We're going to get deeper into that. We're going to talk about that. And also, on top of when it disrupts that beautiful pond. Guess what it also does? You sending mixed signals to the universe. So imagine you telling the universe you want this, you want that beautiful relationship. Now all of a sudden fear kicks in. Now you sending signals back to the no, I don't want it. It's like you at McDonald's and you be like, I want a number one. And then 2 seconds later you be like, maybe I want a number two. So the person who's taking your order be like, damn, what you want? You want number one or number two? And you're like, oh, I take number one. They be like, all right, number one. And they be like, oh, I want number three. And they be like, God damn, pick the shit, pick what you want. Same thing. That's how the universe is. When you fearful, you switching it up. Universe don't like to switch up because now you making it start all over. You making it work harder. You fucking up the flow. You fucking up the vibe. Get that fear out. That's why I said be mindful. So when it pops up, guess what? You can cancel. When that fear pops up, you got to cancel it out. When that negative thought, can't flip it with a positive. You have to flip it with a positive. I don't have enough money. I will have enough money. I have enough money. I am abundant. The universe is bringing in infinite amount of ways for me to acquire income. I'm steadily acquiring income. You have to always talk positive, especially when those negative thoughts come in. You got to double down on it. Like I said, that fear will pop up, but you got to cancel it out. Now, attachment to control. This one's a big one. If this was in a live setting, I'll ask y'all how many of y'all got control issues. That's a big one. Having attachment to control or control issues is nothing but fear. You see, fear makes us obsess over outcomes. And instead of trusting the universe, guess what it does? It creates distrust. And this fear of control, this fear of having control, I should say, guess what? It screams out desperation. Because you're so eager to find out what's going to happen. You're so eager. And it's like that eagerness turns off the universe. It's like what you're so eager for. So instead of it bringing more to you, it runs away. You can't control. You can't have control. You have to let go. You have to let go. You have to let the universe drive the ship. You remember that movie Captain Phillips when the Somalian guy was like, I'm the captain now? Yeah, you gotta let the universe be the captain. I'm not gonna go into control issues and all that. That'll be a separate podcast. But what I'm saying is, you're supposed to trust the universe. And when you have so much control over this, when you're trying to have control over that, this and that, and this and that, trying to have this desired outcome because you can't sit back and relax, guess what? The universe ain't fucking with you. Sorry to tell you. It's not. That's just like simply put, it's a relationship. If you got a man and you a female and you trying to be so controlling and not let him do his natural thing, his God-given thing, what God gave him, put him on earth to do, to lead, and you trying to be so controlling, guess what? He gonna flee, he gonna run, he ain't gonna like that. Because you doing his job. Not saying being controlling, but you trying to be in control instead of sitting back and let him lead. You trying to do his job. And if we flip the script, if you a man and you got a woman and you controlling her so much and you trying to control everything going on, guess what? That sends out signals that you scared. You not sitting back and relaxing and just trusting. So you had that fear, you throwing in negative energy, you throwing in a negative vibe, whether you know it or don't know it, consciously or subconsciously. You got to get rid of that fear. Fear is I'm sorry, you got to get rid of that control. That control is a turnoff. Now, how do we overcome fear? Especially for our manifestations. You have to really acknowledge it. Acknowledging the reframe. I feel like the biggest thing is we always suppress it. We feel the fear and we just, run along with it and don't ever address it. You gotta see fear as a person that can always go. You gotta address it. If you feel that you're not beautiful enough for something, you gotta ask yourself, address that fear. Why do I feel as such that I am not XYZ for this or that? Why do I feel I'm not beautiful enough for this desired outcome? Why do I feel I'm not tall? Why do I feel why is this limiting belief popping up every time I want to do this such thing? Address it. And then you have to say, what is it teaching me? What am I gaining from it? More lack, more of not having what I really truly desire. Hmm? If that's what you want, then by all means. But if you still listen, I'm pretty sure that's not what you want. Also, next, you have to shift. You have to shift to love and trust. Just like I recently said, when you're in a relationship with your partner, you can't be too controlling. You can't be doing that person's job. If you're a female, you can't be doing his job, trying to lead and trying to be so controlling. You got to sit back and relax. You got to love him and trust him. You picked him. He picked you, whatever the case may be, however y'all got together, you got to love him and trust him. You're not trusting him. You got to get out your own way. Now you self-sabotaging. Once you know, it's what? Self-sabotage. If you don't know, then you just don't know. You was ignorant. But once you know, now you know. Now you self-sabotaging. Because you're not taking the proper steps that you need to, and you know what's going on. And it's also go for the men. If you know you really like this lady and you can get controlling all the time because you're trying to see where she at, what she doing, who she with, who that in the background, what's this, what's that, going through a purse, going through a phone, going through this, going through that, you're not loving her and trusting her. If she ain't gave you no sign, she ain't shows you no type of nothing that she being fraudulent against you, then you gotta love her and trust her. And it's the same thing with the universe. Has the universe steered you wrong? Have you ever been in a situation where you was down and out and it ain't come save you, or it ain't throw you a bone? When you got a situation you said it could have always been worse, you still felt good when you was through the situation because you felt divine's hand on you. No matter what, you was always protected. So if it ain't showed you no signs that it's gonna leave you high and dry, then don't you think you owe the universe that much to love and trust? That's how I feel. You got love and trust. On top of that, like I previously said as well, you got to replace them fearful thoughts. You got to replace that lack with abundance. Again, replace that lack with what? Abundance. You got to write you down some affirmations or something like that. Do it. I got that on the way. I got the affirmation videos on the way. Don't worry. Just sit back, relax. You need you some affirmations or anything, you got to write them down. If it's something that you got to do every day, then you got to do it every day. If fearful thoughts and negative thoughts pop up, 10 times a day, then you got to listen to twice as much. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. Until when? Until it's your everyday vibe. Until it is you. Until it is your reality. Until your subconscious has been rewritten. And then you still got to keep it up. And lastly, you just got to take action. That's it. Just take action. Forward movement. That 1% better every day. That's it. Just 1% better every day. I like that. I think I'm gonna run with that 1% game. And I'm like, what 1% game mean? Man, we just try to get 1% better every day. That's it. I like that. I like that vibe. You know, everybody got like a gang or something like that. Or, this thing, we this and we that. Yeah, I like 1% game. It's a little positive and it still got a little to it. We manifesting, we vibing high. Like I said, sometimes when you find yourself stagnant and you wonder why you stagnant, you gotta check yourself. You gotta often check yourself. Wonder why something's stagnant. Why it ain't going the way you want it to go. Why stuff ain't moving the way you want it to move. It ain't because the universe holding out on you. Sometimes it is, but the reason why it is because you holding out on yourself. Why? Because of that fear. They can't give you what you want if you're fearful. It can't give you what you want if you're fearful. You gotta get rid of it. All it is the thoughts. It's the power of the mind. That's it. It's the power of the mind. Once you get that mind tuned right, it's nothing you can't accomplish. It's nothing you can't have. Remember, you just gotta remember, fear is just a natural human emotion. You gotta get rid of it. It's natural. It's human. It's gonna pop up. When it pops up, you gotta do the work. Cancel. Cancel that motherfucker out. Anyways, this is your favorite cousin Rich. I greatly do appreciate y'all for listening. Again, this is Rich Talks, episode 51, The Art of Fear. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.